Welcome everybody to this Saturday edition of the World Doom League Summer 2021 season. I am Xenaero and I am joined by my lovely and always punctual co-host KBlair. How are you doing, Blair?
I'm doing great, Xenaero. It's good to be here on this Saturday night. Gonna bring you a good one with Wasted Potential versus Domain. Two teams only have one win between them going into week 3. Both of these teams are hungry boys for some wins.
Ooh, and hungry they are. Between these two teams, only one win between them as we head past the midway point of the regular season. The regular season in the World Doom League is only 5 weeks long, so now we are approaching the do or die point for a lot of teams currently in the roster. There are 10 teams in the league, and the two we're going to be seeing here this Saturday night are Wasted Potential and Domain. Blair, what can you tell us about Wasted Potential?
All right, Wasted Potential. They lost last week 2-0 to the Sexual Panthers. So the record sits at 500 with 1 win and 1 loss. Last week, Alpha played offense. He had 41 touches, 0 captures, which is unusual for a runner, but he did have 5 assists, so he did do his job getting flags out to mid. Ed played mid that week. He had five total points. He had the highest damage and rat in the server, so he did his job there. And that's just Prime was playing defense with 26 flag defenses. Now, Wasted Potential, they work together well as a unit. But unfortunately, they need a runner. A runner bringing in 0 flags lessens the pressures on the other team's defense. They notice that stuff during play, and they realize they can push up without getting punished. It's not a good thing for a runner to bring in 0 flags. Now, matching up against Domain, Wasted Potential is going to need to limit Ty's ability to read the map, the whole situation, and push accordingly. This map is fortunately very easy if you're a sneaky runner to get behind the defense and get a free touch. So we'll see if Domain exploits that, or if Wasted Potential exploits that against Domain. That's just Prime, and of course Domain's defender may need to fight 2 runners at once, which is a situation that the better defender usually wins, because they can usually get the double kill, and if you don't get the double kill on the other side, well, that's usually a capture. Ed is probably one of the statistically one of the best players we've had in the last couple seasons. He just needs to be himself in order to secure a high percentage chance of winning. No surprises out of Ed, and Wasted Potential stands a good chance of winning this. And finally, we bring it to Alpha. Alpha's good at bringing flags to mid, of course, with the 5 assists, but he needs to bring in flags himself in order to secure the win. You will never be a threat as a runner if you do not complete those captures yourself and able to defend yourself, run well, and use your team as cover. Now, Xenaero, the $1 million question: what is the deal with Domain?
The deal with Domain, well, they mirror Wasted Potential with a 2-0 loss to Onslaught last week, a top contending team in the season. Domain is still looking for their first win. They are winless. So week 3, you got to start putting results up on the board if you're looking towards the playoffs. Last week, Ty played mid with 1 cap off of 7 touches and 27 flag defenses. Nexus 6 plays defense with 2 pickup captures, and 42 flag defenses. Well, and Legion was running, so he had 34 touches and 1 capture out of that. So that ratio has to be increased for Domain to be more successful. They can create running opportunities, but if they don't have a solid defense, then we might be seeing a lot of position changes this game between their roster of Ty, Legion, Nexus, and Saltmine. Remember, only 3 players on the field can be active at any point, so they have to pick 3 from their 4. They do have a reservist ready to jump in at any point if a player disconnects or what have you. Now, against Wasted Potential, Domain is going to need an answer for Ed. He's a statistical freak show. He can win games just by going hog wild. Ed is a very top contender for league MVP as a player, but they're going to need an answer for him on a map like this. Ty might play hard defense again, but on this map you need to meticulously clear the base, so he'll need to do that and also support the middle players when he can. Legion might play defense or run, we don't know yet. But he puts up above average stats when playing either position. If Alpha ends up running, the main must exploit his tendency to not bring in flags. So notice the enemy team's weak points whenever possible. Nexus, as a rookie, is put in a tough position on a winless team, but he's a wild card. We've seen him play well elsewhere, and you look for him to excel when you least expect it. Now, we talked about a couple map-specific points about, hey, okay, so can a defender handle 2 different points at one time? Well, let's show you guys what this week's map is all about.
Welcome to Map 1, Redshift. Redshift is a linear map with blue and green armors and multiple routes in and out of the base. The upper route provides a super shotgun and a vantage point over the enemy flag. The shorter path provides a drop down directly into the flag room. You can throw the switch, grab the flag, and take a teleporter out through the short route. Head back through mid and into your base for a capture. Matches are played in a best-of-3 format, where the team that scores 5 flag captures, or the team with the most flag captures at the end of 10 minutes, is the winner.
All right, and that is Redshift. Now, teams are going to be getting together in the broadcast server, and we're going to be jumping right in there with them. Any last words, Blair?
So the betting odds on our Discord say, so it says basically 60% of our players believe that Domain is going to take this one over Wasted Potential. So we'll see how that turns out. So Domain is the favorite.
Domain is the favorite heading into this game, as our fun little Discord bot indicates. Now, if you're interested in participating in those bets, well, there's a link to our Discord right there, the third link there. The first link goes to doomleague.org, where you can find match times on the top navigation bar, which are translated into your local time for your viewing pleasure. We will be broadcasting multiple games tomorrow, as time allows, right here on this channel.
Yep, another one of those Doom Sundays. Gotta love them.
Oh, Sunday, the Doomer's Day. That's what they say.
It is.
Now, we're just waiting for everybody to file in, but players are still connecting. Just saw a couple members from Wasted Potential connecting to the server. It is 8 o'clock Western and 11 o'clock Eastern. So it's a pretty late game on a Saturday, but that's the kind of challenge you run into when you talk about players from all kinds of time zones. It is the World Doom League, not the Eastern Coast Doom League. So availabilities and everyone's lives kind of conflict with each other. And as the commissioner will say at any point in time, trying to get times lined up is like herding cats.
America, we get games played at all.
Some days it feels like that.
Looks like everybody's filed in, though. I guess it's the pre-game pep talks, portion of the night.
Okay, I have no idea who... Okay, that's just Prime, Alpha, and I think that's Ed, although players are recommended to use their sign-up names. Hint. Hint. Because it does make it more difficult to, at a glance, tell when players are going to be casted. But it looks like we're going to be watching That's Just Prime, Alpha, and Ed against Legion, Nexus, and Ty. Game will be getting underway at any point. And players will have to start their demos because we do require that players submit demos after every match, thanks to a handy interface done by Blair on our brand new website for this season.
Yeah, for fans to go in, see demos of good performances, and aspire to be like them. I want to be like them.
And on top of that, we have a very comprehensive statistical analysis page where everything that happens during a match, even broken down into each round is available on the results page of the website. And you can even look at career stats or filter them by per minute, by the season, by the week even. So it's a great addition to our website, which, you know, considering Classic Doom, did you ever expect us to get to this point, like, from the outset? It's an ancient game.
Definitely standing on the shoulder of giants as we start here.
All right, now with a call vote restart happening, we'll be getting into round 1 of Wasted Potential and Domain. We'll be starting off watching Nexus. See how this game unfolds. There is a blue armor in the middle that does reduce damage by 50%. Very pivotal for runners to control. Grab it on their way. Could even a defender might grab it. Speaking of runners, Legion is out up top, but stopped. First couple touches of the game already.
Yeah, we're seeing Nexus play defense. That's a change from last week.
We have seen Nexus play pretty well from a frag standpoint. Pretty accurate, pretty strong shooting player. Not a bad idea to put him on defense.
Yeah, that's
So
the
far-
WDL. You're a rookie and you get put on defense against one of the best players that's ever played. Good luck.
Yeah, but that's also a time to show your stuff. Ty, team captain of Domain, pulling 1 and 2 defenders, but not the rest of them as they drop the flag up top. There is sometimes a strategy where returning the flag provides them an easier opportunity than if it were, say, stuck in a corner. Legion, with 1 touch, got some cover out mid. It does get returned. Alpha, on the other side of the map, tries to get out of the base, but to no avail.
Yeah, on the other side, looks like Alpha's playing. No changes from last week.
Yeah, Alpha triggering that switch that we saw in the overview video, but could not make it to the teleporter in time. Ed, not able to get out of the base. Legion with a touch, but bogged down, and the flag is returned. A mutual return, even. Legion with the blue armor, that does help, but you still shouldn't take too much damage. You know, that armor reduction might help in the long run, but you still have a finite amount of health. It's not invulnerability.
Yes, you can get peppered enough. Oh. Thought Legion had a good run there, but cut down.
Yeah, that little amount of health, although that upper route does give you a little bit of hard cover, you're still vulnerable, especially with a well-placed boomstick shot. You have to remember that the single-barrel shotgun has no vertical spread, so a very astute defender can and will blast whatever's visible.
Yeah, you gotta be good on all weapons.
Yeah, no, that's wrong. There's 1 super shotgun spawn. Legion is out with 10 health, but 10 won't stop you from getting dropped pretty quickly. Alpha is across, and will it get picked up? It does get picked up by Ed. There is cover coming out from Alpha, and that is first blood in favor of Wasted Potential in round 1. Ty. Out top, 60 health, covers himself for the most part, but does get dropped around the midway point, and it's returned. Legion. Out top and across. Needs that coverage. The armor helps him get across, but there's no one there to pick it up.
Wasted Potential up 1. Alpha still doesn't have a cap, but he does have an assist.
Hey, I mean, it is a team game. You know, stacks look good, but at the end of the day, it has to be the whole team working together. So that 1 capture on the board gives you not only a little bit of security, but also puts pressure on the other team to start working hard, and that can expose them on the back line. Doom capture flag has become more of a chess match than ever before. Legion is out up top on the short route, coming across, and the coverage at mid was not there. The flag runner for Wasted Potential, Ed, was able to return his own flag and dance around on the spot, so it ends up being a mutual return, but in that situation, you'd rather return it rather than let it get captured, which Ty is well on his way to. Does make it out across, evading the last shot that would drop him, tying it up 1-1.
Props to Ty. I mean, he made adjustments when he needed to, and he's looking for 2-1 life here.
Well,
Not gonna
that
happen.
won't happen. But that's okay. I mean, bringing the spread down to 0 isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, especially if you're on a losing team there. We're coming about 5 minutes in, halfway through the first round. And the disparity has been reset, so it's totally anyone's ball game still. Anyone's flag game? Can we make a new term?
Not anyone's game.
Anyone's game.
That works.
That's fine.
It works.
Ed is across. He does help drop the enemy flag carrier, but it gets dropped and returned, and there's no shots coming out from Ty on the enemy flag runner. Ty is out. He's got 5 health. It does get returned, but wasted potential is back up again by 1 flag.
It's still cool, calm, and collected. Ty's pulling back more, actually, right now. It's maybe a little bit of nerves, but still firmly in control of this.
Round 1 of this game still going in what could be called a game of inches. You know, lots of pickups, lots of flags being dropped at the midway point. Rarely do you see a runner get all the way across, let alone unscathed.
A game of Doom units just doesn't have the same ring to it.
Alpha with no health coming out of the... I'm not even touching that. Oh, Alpha frozen in place for a second.
Yeah. Technical difficulties.
It's okay. Players playing cross-continent, cross-ocean, cross-world. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore, but there are players who play from all kinds of different points on the globe.
Yes. And connection quality.
Yeah, we even have a player in the league who does wireless tethering from their cell phone. You can believe it. But they make it work.
I can only assume how jank their setup is.
Make sure you point it directly towards the sun.
Satellite
Legion.
dish made of tinfoil.
Hey, if it works, right? There's a pickup at mid. Ty does pick the flag back up. Can't get chained between the rest of the team. No, it cannot. Flag is returned. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in round 1. Alpha with a touch out to mid, but 10 health. Not enough. Ed picks it back up. Dancing around, trying to buy himself a little bit of time for the support from his team to come through. But just a little bit too late. Alpha, no dice there. Does get the return on his side as well. Pretty slugfest map so far.
Yeah. Ed's dropped from hard offense to just like a mid-roll. Now he's chasing the flag carrier. So, a little bit more defensive from the wasted potential side.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for teams to change how they play. Even players to introduce a little bit more finesse in their initial starting role. League has been going on for a long time. And players do adapt on the fly. Players have gotten pretty good at it.
Once you've seen everything, you need to make up new stuff to see in order to catch a player like this off guard.
Switching over to who are we giving a little bit of love? That's just Prime, kind of sitting at mid. His own flag's taken, does spot the runner going that short route, and swiftly executes him and returns the flag. Excellent return from Prime. He's now dealing with cover from the other side of the map. Meanwhile, Ed is out with the flag. It does get dropped. Both flags dropped and returned. Mayhem at the middle point.
And I'm liking Wasted Potential's use of shotgun off the spawn rather than go for the SSG mindlessly. Smart play.
I mean, the shotgun in the hands of an accurate player can do phenomenal damage. In rare cases, it can one-shot an opponent who spawns with 100 health and 0 and does not have armor. It has been known to happen.
Yeah, I feel like it always happens to me.
Well, it definitely didn't happen to Legion there. He got gunned down by super shotgun fired directly behind him. Team was not there to support him when he needed it. Now we're coming up on 1 minute left. Legion does have a touch, but no health and no options. What is Domain's answer going to be here? I mean, you're running out of time here for sure. And I don't think one-shots from the single-barrel shotgun are going to help you very much. It's a question of team cohesion. 40 seconds left.
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
And the way the World Doom League is structured, if you end round 1 or round 2 in a tie, it does automatically go to a third round. So at least tying it up with this capture could be it. He missed the stim pack on the way and makes it to the flag stand barely, but they have to defend this. There's not enough time for it to make end-to-end. Round 1 will end in a tie. This will be a 3-game series, ladies and gentlemen.
What a clutch capture by Ty. Goodness gracious. 10 HP. But
excellent work. And that does happen. You know, more often than not, honestly, you have to drop your guard for only 10 seconds, and that can lead to a third round. I mean, look at this board. Domain out-fragged their opponents by 50, with Nexus hitting those 3 digits over 100 frags on the board. That is pretty hard to do, even on a slugfest map like this.
To out-frag Ed by 26, like that's well, that's career-defining, really. I mean, rookie Nexus showing his stuff.
Defenders do get more frags on the board because they do bear the brunt of the team's offense, but getting 100 on this map, I mean, that's pretty hard to do, and I'm a career defender. That is a tough feat to accomplish. Can he maintain it as we go into round 2?
Kind of rooting for Nexus now.
Yeah, we're going to start off watching the triple-digit man himself. As round 2 gets underway, teams tied in the series. In fact, it's not going anyone's way. One tie on the board just makes this round much more important. And Nexus getting a little bit overrun. Alpha with a touch. He's got support directly behind him. There is a pickup, but it's all for nothing. As Legion on the other side of the map does get it across the midway point. Can it get picked up? It does by Ty, but he's being chased. Clears himself. And the team ferries it the rest of the way. Gets shot around that corner, but the team is close enough to carry it the rest of the way. They have to clear the base here to prevent the flag from being run back by wasted potential. 1-0 in favor of Domain in the opening minute of round 2.
And they expertly played the after flag play. They cleared out the base and pushed out, in all entrances, made sure nobody was hiding. Great.
Ed with a lot of health. Blue armor. He does stop at the midway point. Pretty dangerous, but he has both teammates there. They have to get the flag back. You can hide in that doorway. Kind of play the teleporter. The enemy flag carrier, as you can see near the top of the screen there, kind of just out of view. He loses the flag, and Legion makes a run for it. A great way to stall for time. Well played by Legion and the rest of the Domain to return that flag against a carrier that had blue armor and a good chunk of health. Very well played.
And no obvious mistakes early on. 2 minutes gone.
Yeah, 2 minutes in, a lot of offensive pressure from both teams. Getting flags to each end of the map. I mean, Domain being able to convert it and wasted potential. Having the players on the side, but they were not able to return their flag in time. But that just means that they're able to do it again. If it happened once, it can happen again. Ty across with green armor. That 1/3 damage reduction might help. He does kill the carrier, return it, and then score it. 2-0 for Domain. Well done by Ty for a self-assist.
Cover? What cover? I'll make the return myself. Another clutch play by Ty.
And it's very possible the team comms were very beneficial there. Someone could have said, hey, carrier's going out top. And that's all the information Ty needed to be ready. All you have to do is be ready for that fight.
Ty is definitely a player you don't want to be on the losing end of an SSG joust.
Yeah, Ty a veteran player and a consistent frag machine over the years. And a veteran captain. This time his iteration of his team going winless, but it may not always be so. At least if they can stop Dr. Noob from heading out, from Dr. Noob, aka Ed, from heading out on that side of mid. Well, he was not able to hold on to it for long, and in the meantime, the duration of time he spent on that side of the field trying to get it across, Domain was just strolled right on through with their own flag. Ed with blue armor.
Looking for a free touch.
Yeah, Legion with blue armor himself. Is this 2 flags, 1 life?
I think it might be.
Kind of looked like it. We didn't see the previous capture, but Domain with 4-0 in round 2, it looks like a completely different team.
Yeah, Legion hit around a corner and saw the last guy leave the base, and that was it. He had mega armor, and he was ready for it. And time's the next one, too. Legion doing a great job here.
Yeah, excellent work. Controlling the power-ups is not very common in how Classic Doom unfolds, but it is a critical skill in capture flag maps of the modern era. Legion out top. Not much support to be seen out, at least initially, but all 3 members of Wasted Potential swarmed them and were able to return the flag, so that is a good return, even though the flag runner was past the midway point. Very beneficial to extend the round more. You can't let another flag get past. And we're coming up on the halfway mark in round 2. Alpha unable to get past the main entrance of the base.
Yeah, you got to think of your wasted potential. At what point do you let it go?
We're watching Legion here a little bit, who waits by the teleporter, grabs the med pack, knows that no one's really watching his way, goes for a very ballsy return, does so even with the flag in hand. It does get picked up by Ty, who now faces a problem to get out of the base, but they do return their own flag, which at that point, if both carriers are in the enemy base, well, definitely higher value to do a mutual return in that scenario.
Ty doing a good job helping Legion on this running. It's taking a lot of pressure off Legion for the defender, or by taking the defender's attention.
Yeah, some teams do employ a 2-runner strategy, and that has proven pretty beneficial to at least get the attention of the defender split. Ed with blue armor, but only 25 health across. It does get dropped and returned.
Yeah, Domain's complete control of this mid right now.
And the control does not heavily sway in their favor for frags, at least. There's only a discrepancy of 10 between them, which on a frag-heavy map like this one, not too much of a difference. But next is at the top of the round's leaderboard in terms of power, with 54 frags to his name, showing that he's not just a one-round machine.
Yeah, next is showing he deserves a spot in this league.
Hey, after so many years we've had this league, new blood coming in and making their mark, it's quite a sight to see. Alpha, no luck there. Ty also dropped, and it is a mutual return. The red flag is dropped, and it could be dropped like in a corner by the crate, which makes the runner work a little bit harder to get to it and can open them up for an additional shot from the defense. So there is something good to be said about leaving the flag in an inopportune spot. Legion up against the boomstick wall there. No, unable to get past like all those spawns right on top of him. Good effort. Ty, 40 health and a dream. This does not give you a whole lot of options to get out past there, but look at the clear from the entirety of Domain as Ty gets it by without taking a shot at mid. Excellent work from Domain to come together for their runner and secure a victory in round 2.
Like an awesome delay by Ty. He saw all 3. Looking at him, he said, perfect. Let my boys roll up, assassinate 2 of them. Maybe the 3rd frag, was easily came after that, and it was an easy capture.
Yeah, Ty actually swung it back around and killed one of the players behind him as well. So even though you're the runner, you got support. If you can move and shoot at the same time, you should be, because you can definitely get dropped from a long distance in Classic Doom.
Potential no longer able to win this game. However, they can still tie and grab those 2 points that they need to win this round.
Yeah, Domain with no points on the board. Is that right? Does Domain have no points on the leaderboard of the World Doom League right now?
No, I believe they have 2. I believe, or 1. No, yeah, they have 2 because they have 2 3-round losses.
Oh, excellent. Well, they have not had a tie or better, so at the very minimum, they will be walking out of here with 2 points.
That's much needed, especially week 3. Don't want to depend on week 5 to see if you're in the playoffs or not.
No, definitely not. I mean, you do have five shots to bring your team together to get some points on the board. But you definitely want to do it sooner rather than later. Now, Domain, in this 3-round series, we're under the 3rd and final round. Ed with armor and apparently 0 health. Flag is returned, but Domain will be looking for a tie or better. If this round ends in a tie, then Domain will walk away from this with a 3-round victory and thus gain 3 points on the season leaderboard.
Yeah, I'm seeing Ed, Dr. Noob, play a more offensive role, but he seems to be more concerned with frags than the flag itself. Not a good trait for a runner to have.
It does depend on the map and your team structure, but generally runners are beholden to grab the flag and run out as quick as possible, because every fraction of a second even that you're in the base is another shot that could be placed on your back.
And it looks like Alpha's defending this time.
Be that as it may, Ty is across, well, 10 health, but it is dropped on the steps. And it's notoriously difficult to grab the flag if it's on a height difference like steps. So anyone up top has to drop back down and kind of make their way back up to interact with the object. Almost acts its own strategy in a way.
Well, it's good to see Wasted Potential change it up a bit to try and secure these 2 points.
Yeah, Wasted Potential with Prime looking like he's playing a more offensive role. And Alpha hanging around the midway point, yeah. This is interesting to see Wasted Potential. I mean, Team Captain Alpha, they use that minute between the rounds like, okay, well, what do we do? How do we answer that 5-0? Ed is out with some armor, some health. He does need that coverage as his health dwindles, but it does get returned before his teammate can pick it up.
Yeah, his teammate needed to turn around there in order to get that flag. He had a chance at the pickup.
Now, we're going to be watching Ty now, who currently has the red flag. It does get returned. Prime now with a touch. We haven't seen Prime on offense, so it remains to be seen if he can make something happen. Legion does get dropped on the far side of mid. It does get returned. Ed now with a touch. Covers himself with 1 frag. Needs his team to cover him the rest of the way, and it looks good. And first blood in round 3 will be for Wasted Potential 1-0. While defender Nexus does take an offensive route. And if you're already in the base, well, why not go for a touch?
Yeah, I'm already here. Ty, defend when you spawn. I'm going for the flag.
Ty getting the flag to the midway point, Legion picking it up. It does get chained back to Nexus, but eventually returned. Not enough power there to keep the enemy at bay, even though all 3 members of Domain picked up that flag. But it does show that they are very aware of their runner's position and ready to pick it up if it does get dropped.
Yeah, I like Wasted Potential their take on this map. Playing a lot more offensive with nothing to lose, because they really don't.
Ty gets around the corner, but no further. Flag is returned. Wasted Potential pretty on top of defense at the moment. But all it takes is 1 for the whole house of cards to come crashing down. Team Capture the Flag is a very cutthroat business.
She's a hard beast.
Coming up on the midway point in round 3. Wasted Potential does need to win this. They have to win this round to avoid a loss. The best they can play for is a tie. Prime out just past the mouth of the blue base, but no luck.
5 minutes gone, and Wasted Potential still fighting the good fight.
Yeah, pretty low scoring so far, honestly, compared to the last couple rounds. But Legion is across 30 health. If he can avoid that boomstick shot from out the great blue yonder. That is a capture. Is now tied up. Pressure is on. Wasted potential once again to make this happen. In the last half of the third round.
Yep. And we see Legion still applying the offensive pressure, not getting defensive. I like it.
Yeah, it's very important in maps like this for a runner to continue to apply offense. Oh, a little shimmy from Legion there to juke the defender. Excellent work, and the coverage is where it needs to be, but he does take a shot from down below. The auto-aim from a super shotgun does drop him last second. Excellent shot from whoever that was. Alpha is out, and he just needs a little bit of coverage. Now needs a pickup. There's a pickup. It does get ferried the rest away. All three members of Wasted Potential assisting on that capture, bringing them back up by a margin of 1 over Domain in the final round. Prime makes
And
it
after that
about the
capture-
halfway. Oh, go ahead.
After that capture, Prime just went straight to the enemy base and got that flag. I love that play because it really takes the steam off them trying to want to get the rebound. I love that play.
That's correct. That while they're already scrambled, trying to return their flag, in which case, you know, most of the time an entire team's roster is in the enemy base, there's no one back home to defend that back-to-back touch. Oftentimes proving to be a very valuable mechanism for teams to score yet another flag. Ed does have blue armor, but not a whole lot of health in the back corner of the blue flag room.
And 3 minutes left. This is going to get tight.
Yeah, we're coming
Domain's,
up on... I mean, you call this the 11th hour for a Doom League team for sure. You need an answer, and you need it now if you want to take this past a point of contention. If you're Domain, you need a victory. Ball's in your court.
Yeah, they need those 3 points. They want those 3 points. They can taste them, but they need one more flag at least.
You could consider that the next team that scores a flag, period, might be the winner. And Legion across with a phenomenal teleport run does get a defender on the way out. Self-coverage is key there. Now the game is tied up. 2-minute warning. It's do or die for Wasted Potential for sure at this point. They need to end this round ahead if they want to avoid a loss. And with neither team having a winning record so far in the regular season, it's their game to lose. They've been ahead a couple times so far in round 3. It's do or die.
And you got to play the whole minute 30. No stops.
Yeah, no breaks, no timeouts. We don't do timeouts here in the World Doom League.
No, break time is for the weak.
That's right.
We're starting to see Waste Potential pull the goalie here.
And 1 minute left. What's the situation going to be? Do both teams just clear their benches and go full offense? Legion does pick it back up from Ty. And that's another capture in favor of Domain. It would take a borderline miracle for Wasted Potential to come back here and avoid a loss. They need 2 flags, and they need them yesterday.
Yeah, Legion with the dagger there with 40 seconds left. It's going to be really hard to get 2 flags. Capitalize on this.
Hard, but not unheard of. The enemy flag carrier is up top. Prime was unable to hold on to it. Ty with low health as well. It's a mutual return. Time is ticking. They need a touch right now. And to convert 2 back-to-back flags, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I feel pretty safe in saying that this is going to be a victory for Domain.
Certainly looks that way. Looks like GGs are getting called. And that'll do it.
What will the match record show for both these teams, Blair, after this Week 3 game?
So it will be a 3-point victory for Domain. Wasted Potential will pick up 1 point.
All right, Wasted Potential will pick up 1 point. Their record up till this point was 1 victory and 1 loss. They will be eating yet another loss. And so Wasted Potential and Domain will have equal records, with Domain walking away from this one with 1 and 2. That's a great result for Domain and takes a little bit of wind out of Wasted Potential sales for a playoff berth. But, there's 2 more weeks. But as for this particular game, well, Wasted Potential will be eating that one. And that is it for our Saturday game. Now, Blair, do we have stats up? Because I'd be curious to go over the stats before we head offline.
Let's take a look here. Got to confer with the league officials.
And I might as well just do the prediction payouts right now, which will be a decent payout for supporters of Domain in the channel. With it was 33% against 67%. So the underdog did come away a victor. Gotta love it. With one viewer accidentally voting for Domain, but getting paid out. Fun points and fun bets, you gotta love it. But we're going to be getting the stats up here in just a second. We'll go over
getting an answer, so not getting an answer from a league official, so we will go ahead and do this.
All right, and Blair's going to roll up his sleeves and do it himself, just like the boss he is. Oh my god. As far as what upcoming games are going to look like, well, you can take a look for yourself at doomleague.org/matches and see the games coming up tomorrow. I will not be broadcasting my own game at noon Pacific. The Electric Billies and Rip and Tear will not be broadcast by me, but keep an eye out in the World Doom League Discord for any other streams that might pop up about that one. But we will be trying to catch both the Sexual Panthers and Techno Viking match, as well as the Deimos Patriots and the Onslaught match happening 15 minutes later. There might have to be a little bit of a quick switch over there, depending on how that ends up going. And then we'll also be catching the 5 o'clock Pacific game of Dosey and Franks and Superchargers as well tomorrow night. But we do have stacks up. The link is in the chat, courtesy of Rakois. Thank you very much. Now, going over this, what are the big winners here, Blair?
So, big winner, gonna have to be Nexus, 253 frags. He has a frag ratio of 183%. That is incredible. It basically means that you completely trashed every member of the other team. On the highest damage as well. Great game by him. I mean, this was really his coming out party. In terms of being a rookie, and this is clearly the biggest game he's ever had. Getting Domain's first win. So good job to Nexus.
And in the first round, he actually had over a 200% ratio. So he played like crazy in round 1, where Wasted Potential was effectively at their strongest. And then they were able to finesse more flags out in rounds 2 and 3. So excellent job from Domain there. Now, I mean, yeah, our website has comprehensive stat packages of everything going on, from, an overview tab. You can sort it by round. You can even look at different weapon stats. So by all means, if that takes, and there's even a single telefrac that game as well. So that's the kind of stuff I love to see in statistics. But that'll do it for Wasted Potential and Domain. Blair, are you impressed with Domain here?
Yeah, I am. I mean, going into this game winless into an 11 o'clock game, it's hard to win in those situations. But I mean, they found a way to do it in 27 minutes. I gotta take my hat off, man. I mean, they impressed me.
Yeah, and before this, they had 2 points. They had 1 point. I'm sorry. They'll be taking 3 more points, and that'll take them currently in the midweek standings to tie them up for 5th place with 3 other teams, showing how contentious this league is at this time. But that'll do it. Thank you so much, Blair, for coming out and co-casting this game.
Thank you.
And to the rest of you, if you're watching this on the YouTube, then just tab right over to the next video. But if you're watching this live on the air, then stay tuned tomorrow for a quadruple header, 3 of which we're hoping to be casting. But be sure to update your bookmarks to doomleague.org. We'll play you out with our outro, and we'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your Saturday night.